morning, everybody. So today is not going well at all. As you guys saw, we did have to dump the milk that was in the tank. Last night, apparently sometime in the middle of the night, the tank's cooling system completely shut down. And obviously we didn't know that. The compressors were still going like it was cooling, but it was not cooling because when we came in this morning, the milk was at 51 degrees. And that's just not acceptable. Even if you do cool it down after that, the milk is going to have bacteria in it that's going to taint other milk. So we ended up dumping that out. Luckily, there was only one milking in it because they did pick up milk yesterday afternoon. So there was only last night's milking in it, but it was still really depressing. It's just a terrible thing to have to watch milk and all that hard work just pour onto the floor. So what we did was I rinsed out the tank completely with hot water. We washed it. To make sure we got all of that bacteria out of there. So I had to clean the floor again, obviously, because the milk was all over the floor. So we've been testing the whole system and the compressors are working fine. The only thing that's not working is the cooling system on the tank, which we've never had a problem with. The cooling system on this tank has always been really amazing. Even the milk truck driver always says that our milk is extremely cold. Cools it down really quick. Apparently Zero tanks were really well known for being a really good cooling tank. But it is 60 years old, so it's really starting to drive us crazy, so I don't know. So what's going on here is this little black thing right here, I guess it's called a contactor, is not working. It buzzes like it's trying to work, but maybe there's a switch in it that's not turning on. So it's not working like it should, but it is trying to work. I'm gonna get out of the milk room because it's a little bit hazy in here, so. Pretty late, it's almost 6 o'clock, which is typically when we would start milking the girls, but you can see that we don't even have them in yet. So I have to go around with this bale that Brent just put on, have to unwrap that first. That side does have some hay. We're gonna go around with that first and then let the girls in and feed them their cornmeal and everything. Just do what we can do because obviously we cannot milk until we get that cooling system straightened out. Brent called our local dairy maintenance place and they are headed over as soon as they can, but they're about an hour away. So we are gonna be very late today. And it's just going to cut into everything else that we're going to do. But there's nothing you can do about it except pick up and move on. Things happen. And you just have to make the best of it and make sure you do all you can do to make sure it never happens again. Brent's going to get another bale for them because clearly they're going to be staying in here for a while. We'll wait for the serviceman to come. Brent did pick up a bag of milk replacer, thank goodness. And I saved some milk out of the tank because it didn't smell bad, so I'm just going to mix the milk replacer half and half with that milk that's right there that I did save. I only saved one pail because it's probably not very good, so I don't want to give them too much. I want a midline, not the cheapest, but not the most expensive milk replacer. Since we are going to be mixing it with whole milk, you don't need the best stuff, but you don't want to buy the cheapest stuff either. So that's what we got, and it's so much easier because I can feed the calves like that. Just use the boiler water and mix it with the cool milk, and it warms everything up right to a perfect temperature for them, so that's a lot easier. So we've got all the girls inside, and they're just eating their bale. Once they're finished up with that a little bit, I will go around with their cornmeal, but it's very hard to get the cart around here when they haven't eaten much of their hay, so I'm going to let them eat their feed, and then I'm going to go around with their cornmeal. I am going to feed the calves first, so this milk is all measured out to half of what they would eat, which seems like a lot. They typically hide the scoop at the bottom, I feel like. Or there, so that's right. Oh, I still can't. Perfect temperature, and my 3 bottles. And I just take out an extra pail so that I can pour this into there because there's no way I can pour that into a bottle without spilling a ton of it. So I just pour a little bit into the extra 5-gallon pail and then I pour it from there into the bottles. Service guy for the tank is not here yet. So I'm gonna feed the calves real quick and just do a couple extra things while Brent and him are working on the tank because there's nothing else I can do. So let's go feed those babies. Okay, so I managed to get it down here without spilling it all. Calves have all been fed. That's done and over with. The one thing I hate about milk replacer is it's so much harder to clean up after. It's all sticky and gross, and the bottles are harder to clean, but it is nice not to have to take so much milk out of the tank. So you can see these two are growing really well. They're very thick little calves. They still haven't gotten like extremely tall. They have grown taller, but they're not going to be extremely tall cows, I don't think. I do need to clean them out, so I may possibly do that in a few minutes because the tank technician is here and he's taking a look at that. So far, all we know is sometimes inside those little contactors that I was telling you guys about, which is original by the way, inside of those it has little points that go up and down, I guess, and little springs and stuff, and sometimes a piece of rust or something will fall off in it, and it'll get stuck in between those points, so sometimes it will turn on and sometimes it won't, which is what's happening, because they did get it to work while I was in there. So it's working sometimes but not other times, which isn't good. So they're working on getting that fixed, seeing if he has the part that he needs. But I also do need to feed the girls their cornmeal and their minerals because they are done eating already, and a lot of them are leaking because they haven't been milked, and it's past 7. Farming, you just never know what's gonna happen. So the girls have been cornmeal, Brent gave them their minerals, and he also swept hay into them first. The technician just left, so I'll take you guys in and show you. You can hear the wonderful music of the compressors. This is the new one that he put on. You can see he's got it all hooked up. It looks really nice. Everything's good. That's finally cooling. You can see the tank was pretty warm, so it is dropping. It was around 65 before, because it doesn't have any milk in it now. So this is the old piece. See, this is original. It had 0 written on it, but I think he scraped it off when he was taking it off. So yeah, original equipment. This stuff lasts a long time. So that's about probably 60 years old, or pretty near 60 years old. So lasted a long time, but it was finally give up the ghost, I guess. So that's John, a nice new one on there. Now we just need to milk the cows. So we finally got the girls milked, and they're out and finally able to enjoy the rest of their day. We're trying to salvage what's left of ours. So we're gonna work on a few things today. I do have to put those shrouds back on the mowing machine because we did get the belts on that, and I'll take you guys out and show you. And also there's quite a story to that. But another thing that we're gonna be working on today is we're gonna try to set everything on the baler back to the way it's supposed to be. So what I'm mainly, that's the parts manual, I don't even need that. This is the book I want. If I can find the page here. So, we're going to be trying to set everything that has anything to do with the net tying system. We're going to be setting that back to how it's supposed to be and adjusting all the things on it. So, adjusting the disc brake, that's what we're going to do. You just loosen a screw at the lever here. You can see there's, in this diagram, there's a screw right there. We're going to be loosening that, and then you tighten the nut so that the brake lining, because there is a brake that keeps that roll of net wrap from freewheeling. If it's worn on one side, you're just going to basically adjust it so it's even again, and then you lock it up again with that nut. So that's what we're going to do, just to make sure that roll isn't spinning on its own. Going on to the other side, where if you guys have seen, I don't know if we can have a better picture of it here, probably not. Basically, if you guys have seen it, the farthest bar, if you open up the hood, and I'll take you out and show you all this, is called a tensioner bar, and it just holds that net tight. And it does have shock absorbers, so there's a way that you can make sure that the net is staying tight in both positions, because it moves backwards when the bale is done and it's ready to cut the net and you're ready to let the bale out, but it moves forward when it's supposed to be not moving to hold that net tight when you're not tying bale, excuse me. So in both positions, that net is supposed to be tight. So we are going to be adjusting that as well. So probably none of that made sense to you guys. It doesn't really make sense to me unless I go out and look at it, because I can't really think of things without looking at it. Brent is actually taking a load of manure over to a friend that's quite a ways away, so he's probably going to be a while. So first of all, I'm just going to put those shrouds back on that mowing machine, show you guys the belts on that, and then we'll worry about the baler. Okay, so here are the new belts. See, they're nice and tight. Brent tightened them up really good. And he's got that nut on there and the spring. And we did grease these, so now this whole roll does move freely like it's supposed to. So everything's all good there. We did have a bit of a problem. We accidentally got the wrong size belt. And we had to special order them, so we had to special order them twice. And finally got the right size and got those on there. So now all I have to do is put that triangle piece back under here that covers those belts. And then the shroud back on top of, and also that drive thing there. Very professional. Drive thing. So let's grab the 14 and the 5/8 and see what that does. How this thing goes on there. This, I'm assuming. There we go. Alright. And now I didn't grab my bolt. Rookie mistake. Oh no. Here he comes. I wonder how it went. Had to go down a really big hill, and the Massey has good brakes, but it would still terrify me. Thank goodness he didn't make me do it.
If you can see that, tail
Yep,
up.
I can see it.
You can?
Yep.
Oh, good. Put those in first.
It's just one.
Yeah, two.
So we got both those shrouds put back on the bale mowing machine. What am I saying? And now I'm just looking for something to open the baler with, because when you open the hoods on it, oh, there's a couple of things missing, and maybe I'll just get myself, oh, this will work. No, that's too thick. I'll just grab myself a washer. Just have a small washer here somewhere. Most of the time I try to use a penny because it's, there we go. Penny's just about the right size. We can at least open this one. Just missing its little piece here that you're supposed to be able to turn. Like that. This one's missing, so. Alright, so this right here is the clutch brake. And that's what we're going to be adjusting so that the lining is even under there. Just make sure that's even so that that's stopping the net from rolling really good. When it's not supposed to, that is. So you're going to cut it the whole thing?
Oh, I'm gonna. Here, let me put this back. And put this in it.
Now, according to this tensioner bar right here, this one right here.
Yeah. There. Yeah, I got it out now, TV.
So you're gonna have to cut it after?
Yeah.
Nice windy day to do this. For adjustment, first move the net tensioner to the top end position, so that must be where you have it now.
Yeah.
And then tighten the wing nuts hand tight.
There, take. Okay, now let's put this back.
So we were looking at the baler, and we did adjust a few things on it. We didn't really get to everything, because while we were doing that, we did hear on the radio it's supposed to rain tomorrow about 2 inches. And we did have a field that we really wanted to get spread because it's not really as tall as the rest of the fields, and we can still easily spread on it. So we wanted to get that spread before the rain so it could rain on it and really help it a lot. So we decided to do that instead, and we put about 6 loads on that. So we did get that done, so that's really good. So it's been an overall crazy day. So if you like crazy farming, definitely subscribe because you'll see it here. So anyway, it's nighttime milking, so I've got to go. The milk is still cooling, so that's great. Hopefully everything's a-okay there, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and comment down below, and also hit that notification bell so you know when any new videos are being posted. Keep it real, keep farming, and I'll see you guys in the next crazy video. Bye guys.